EPIC48 with Intel. This is the start of day 3. Goodness gracious, have we got an incredible day coming up for you. We've got the community tournament finals a little bit later. For everybody in the building, we've got the dark room coming up later as well. But one of the biggest points that we have about EPIC is the fact that we have 3 very big esports tournaments happening all at the same time. We've got some CS, some Valorant, and some StarCraft 2. And I want to bring on a couple of special guests who are going to tell us about what's happening in each of those competitions. So first, we are going to get an update from Valorant. And for that, let's bring out Avi to the stage. I'm not going to be mean like Affinity, I'll let you sit. It's all good. We've started early here on day 3, folks. So, Avi, one of our Valorant casters, I believe this is your first EPIC as well. How are you finding it?
It's fantastic, isn't it? Love to be here, love to get the EPIC LAN atmosphere. It's fantastic to be here.
Lovely stuff. So, the Valorant tournament is now into its elimination stages. Any surprises with seeding at all?
The only real surprise we've had recently is a bit of a, I would argue, a sort of an upset with Bish Bash Bosh falling massively earlier than we expected. They looked good early, but just couldn't close anything out at all.
Couldn't close out. So getting onto those later rounds, just struggling to see it out. That's unfortunate. So is there any games going into that elimination round now that you're particularly looking at as big games?
Yeah, I think we've got our upper finals coming up very shortly between Hot Damn GC and Highland Baddies. That's the game to beat. I think these are our 2 teams. One of them is taking home the whole tournament. I say that, obviously, one of them taking home the whole tournament. It is the 2 teams to beat. They are going to be a fantastic matchup coming up soon.
I've seen a lot of speculation talk about Hot Damn. Can you give me a little bit more information on who this team is, why they're so hotly talked about?
A little bit of background. A few of them are, well, I say a few of them, almost all of them are previous EPIC LAN champions. I believe 4 out of 5 are different champions in their own right here at EPIC. They've got 1 player completely new to the scene, which is amazing to see, but 4 players with all that championship experience has really brought this roster into its own over the last few days. Yeah,
interesting. So 1 player, brand new, seeing new blood coming through, but marshaled by those 4 experienced players. Do you have a favorite for the Valorant tournament now?
Yeah, I would argue it is very much in the hands of Hot Damn GC at the moment. They've just come out of a game quite literally only a few minutes ago with a 13-0 into a 14-12, which you never see. You never see a clean sweep into overtime, but suddenly they're pulling it off. It's fantastic to see for them.
There you go. So Hot Damn GC, the team to watch in Valorant. Thank you so much for your insight, Avi. We'll let you get back to casting some Valorant, and we will see the Valorant finals tomorrow as well. So that was Valorant getting into those upper bracket finals and double elimination. Let's now take a check-in with our Counter-Strike 2 teams, and for that we have the brilliant Waxon. Waxon, you've been at a couple of EPICs now. How are you finding EPIC48?
Oh, it's very exciting to be here for a summer LAN. It's my 2nd summer LAN. I've been to a couple so far across the year, but EPIC48 has been excellent so far, and the Counter-Strike that is being played absolutely top-notch.
Let's talk a little bit about that, because I came into the CS arena yesterday, and I saw an 11-4 comeback to an OT win. Did you see that game? What was that about?
Yes, I had the pleasure to cover that game, and that was the highlight game of the tournament so far for me, at least in the group stage, and it was TLR, the perennial EPIC LAN champions, versus the Mongs, who seem to be upsetting the favorites, and that 11-4 first, portion of the game, but unfortunately they didn't quite manage to get it over the finish line, which means now the Mongs are battling in the lower bracket, and right now I think they're in their 3rd map in a series, and if they win, then they'll play Glitch Tech, another one of these strong lower bracket teams.
Wow, that's a crazy bracket run then for those guys. So outside of that potential upset, were there any actual upsets? Did any of the underdogs take home a victory during the event yesterday?
I mean, obviously, with best of one, there were some smaller, I would say, upsets. But the one thing I can tell you is right now we are in the upper bracket semifinals, and all the top one seeds from the groups that have gone undefeated have made it to that point. So I think this is the moment when we could potentially see some people trip each other up because the level is much more competitive and much closer.
Brilliant stuff. I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Avi. Do you have a favorite for the tournament right now?
It's so hard to go against TLR because, again, they've won so many times in a row. But I've got a personal favorite. And I am rooting for Verocity, another one of these top four teams in the upper bracket semifinals, and that is because they have Nori, which is a Romanian player, fellow national of mine, and I hope they can defeat Pivoteer and then face either TLR or Control in the upper bracket. Because that will be the next Counter-Strike match on the stream at 1 o'clock. TLR versus Control, two perennial, again, grand finalists facing each other all the time, and that is a must-watch game.
A simply must-watch game, and so will the grand final be tomorrow, I have no doubts. Do you see any potential long lower bracket runs from any of those teams down there at the moment?
I think the winner of Mongs or Glitch Tech in the lower bracket could be the one that makes it as far as possible, but then depending who loses in the upper bracket, we'll see if they can actually match the level of those top four teams or if they'll just come up short and, you know, end in a top 6.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for your time, Wax. And again, we'll let you go back to cast some more CS2. So that was Waxon from our CS team. And the final of that will be played tomorrow evening. Looking so forward to our... Evening is a stretch. It's going to be the afternoon. I apologize. We've got to be out of here by 4, all right? That's the goal. We have one more esports to catch up with now, and who better to bring on than the main man for StarCraft, Exo Lightning. Make your way onto the stage. Exo, hello. Pleasure to have you here. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. This is my 20th Epic LAN now almost. I think I've been 20. I started off as a player, ended up being a caster. Don't ask me how that happened. But yeah, we're feeling good. Feeling very good.
Well, we're very lucky that it happened because you're an excellent caster and you've been providing so much entertainment across the time that you've been with Epic LAN. Talk to us a little bit about the StarCraft setup. How are you feeling about the tournament as a whole?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. StarCraft has had less and less offline tournaments in the recent years. So Kettering and Epic LAN has actually become like a centerpiece for international competition. We actually have a lot of international players here. We have Fian, a Swedish player. We have Petit Drogo, who's a French player. We have Lorimbo, who's an Italian player. These are all big names in the scene, and they are great personalities. We love to have them here, and they're doing really well in the tournament so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've always talked in the past about StarCraft 2 with those, in quotation marks, import players from around the continent who have been playing over here in Kettering and doing a really good job. How about some homegrown talent? Any British players who are looking good in the tournament?
Well, of course, we actually have a classic matchup coming up on stream this afternoon, assuming everything goes as normal. It'll be Raza versus Risky, the absolute eternal rivalry of Epic LAN for the British champion, as it were. Yeah, but then they are actually almost, if only they could bind together to beat the foreign threat that is Petit Drogo or Fian.
Yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't that be something? Can we get 2v2 StarCraft? Is that a thing? Or?
It's a thing, but it's not a good thing.
Okay, all right. We'll move on from that then. Let's talk then about the news that dropped last night. If you're active on the Epic socials, you will have seen this. The prize pool for StarCraft 2 has doubled now from £750 to £1,500 after a donation by Windmill Man. What an amazing thing to have happened.
Yeah, shout out to Windmill Man. He has too much money. He doesn't know what to do with it. But thank you very much for donating to that, Windmill Man. And that means actually that everyone in top 8 of the StarCraft now gets a cut. They are all walking away with something, and that has motivated the players because we're about to play the matches to determine the final top 8 players. So that's going to be happening on Epic LAN 3, twitch.tv, Epic LAN 3. Straight after this, we're going straight downstairs to cast and to see who's going to get in the money.
This man knows how to market. That's what he's been able to do. Let's talk quickly about favorites. We talked about some big names. Is there someone who you think right now is destined for that final?
I really want it to be Petit Drogo. He is the only player to come to an Epic LAN who has won a super major tournament. Like, it was a few years ago now, but he's won a super major tournament in StarCraft 2. But Fian is only 19 years old. He's up and coming. He is confident. He is young. He is hungry for it. I think we're going to see a Swedish-French final, Petit Drogo versus Fian, and I think Fian's going to take it. Zerg's broken.
Okay, Zerg's broken. Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, EXO. You've been a part of the community for so long. It's a pleasure to have you on this esports update. Best of luck with the rest of the StarCraft 2 tournament.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Have a good time, everybody.
Epic Land 3 on Switch if you would like to go and check out the StarCraft 2 tournament. There is one final thing that I want to bring to everyone's attention, and that is the fact that we have our community tournament finals happening later today, and that definitely counts as as an esport in my opinion, because Roos is trying to get the 4-peat this event, and to be honest, he's struggling a little bit. Currently the top 5 are Tinsane Cheese and Damash on 30 points, Takara on 45 points, Roos is second on 51 points, and Crom is having an insane epic on 90 points. He is way ahead, so we will almost certainly be seeing Crom for the community final a little bit later on, and I'm sure Roos will be involved as well. But for now, that is your updates from everything happening in esports. Make sure you stay tuned to the stream, because coming up next we have a really exciting segment called Senseless Gaming. It makes sense if you think about it. We'll see you in a minute.